welcome back to the channel. As you can see, this place is a mess. So let's clean it up and catch you up on what I've been doing for the last 6 months. I'm Jeremy, and you're watching Sherwood Forest Bricks. Alright, well, now we have so much more room for activities. But where have I been? Well, it's been a busy summer, and as some of you may already know, I am a full-time contractor, and we were very busy this year, which is a good thing, but I haven't had time to be in the studio. In fact, I was away for almost 9 weeks on a remote job site, so there was just nothing going to happen in here. So the last video you saw, we did it was around Father's Day, and I did the build with my son, and we finished off the season. He went back so he could go to school, and I just kept working. So that's where I've been. That's why I have been gone, and why I haven't done any videos, which I do miss doing the videos. It's nice to be able to show everybody what I've been doing, because more than just YouTube content, right? My family can watch and see what I do on a daily basis as well, since they are all scattered around the country on the West Coast. But as you can tell from the intro, we did open up the studio back in November, and I believe that was the week prior to, or a few days prior to Thanksgiving. In fact, significantly different than it is now, because there is snow on the ground and it's a blizzard outside. So we opened up the studio, and we were able to take care of some of the tasks that we had talked about doing. Maybe not in specifically, but well, let's show you what we did. So the first thing we did was cleaned out the studio so that we could actually work in here. Now, the studio, if you don't know, is a 40-foot container, and when it's not being used for YouTube production or Lego builds, things kind of accumulate inside it. So what happens is when we use the RV, which has a garage because it's a toy hauler, during the summertime, go to the lake, have fun out there, do tubing, and etc., etc., etc. That kind of stuff that was in the RV ends up migrating back into the studio, because the studio doesn't get used as much in the summertime. So we had to clean out the studio before we can use it. Now the RV, obviously, come November, has been shut down. In fact, I think this year we stopped using the RV the third week of August. We didn't make it into September this year. Anyways, so first task was to clean all this stuff out, as you see that we did there. Got all this stuff put away. Now, that also is becoming annoying, because for the last 3 years we've been doing this channel. It has the same routine every year. The studio is just too small for the collection. When I started this project back, what was it, 2020? It's 5 years now, right? I started the project. I thought, well, all was going to fit in here, because most of the collection was relatively confined to a 12 by 20 storage unit, and even all of it wasn't in there. I mean, the whole storage unit wasn't obviously for the Lego studio or for the Lego storage. So I assumed back then that this would be fine. However, I was completely wrong, and it's been shown more than once that we just don't have the space. So we have to come up with another solution. Obviously, wintertime is hit now. I'm not sure what we'll be able to accomplish, but we have to figure out something for the new year to store excess Lego sets that are not being built. Heat was another issue that we had to accomplish. So we had to get some sort of heat in here. Prior to that, we had a 400-watt NV heater. We still have the heater. We didn't take it out. However, the electric from the landlord was getting rather spendy, so we decided that we were going to reduce the amount of electrical heat, which is a kind of a waste in my opinion anyways, but we won't get into that. So we installed a, what is that? A Martin off-grid heater. It's an 11K unit, runs on propane, no electricity, so I can literally shut all the power down in here and let that thing cook, and it keeps it about 50 degrees. You know, the insulation in this isn't the greatest, and it's super cold outside because it's in North Dakota, but So we got that installed, as you see, and it's been working pretty good. Martin heater installed, and that was version number 2, right? Clean out, we did get the heater in. We did have to cut a very significant hole in the container, which is really a big deal either, but anyways. So that was the other project we want to get taken care of. And then a long time wish for us is to have a TV in here, and we got that installed. So we got the TV put up, and I really didn't have any way of playing videos on it, so I haven't used it yet. So I have to figure out some sort of a connection. We do want to put a cabinet over there anyways, because this summer I did get an Elgu Century Carbon 3D printer, not specifically for Lego stuff, although I may dabble in that, but more for other projects and stuff like that. Everybody's always talking about 3D printing, so I figured I had to give it a try at some point. So we may just 3D print buckets or sorting slots and stuff like that. I mean, that's obviously useful for us. I do have other hobbies, and I'm a contractor, so there's plenty of options to 3D print things for storing tools in the trailer or the workshop next door, blah blah blah. Anyways, that was gonna live there for the moment because this building is heated, and yeah, that was it. That was the only reason. It was heated and dust free, so that's sitting over there. So we're gonna have to build a cabinet for that to sit with supplies, etc., like that. So we may put a DVD player in there or some sort of way to get video content to the TV so we can watch TV. Now the problem with, and you may say, oh, let's just use Wi-Fi. The problem with being in a 40-foot container is basically I'm inside a Faraday cage. So, the YouTube, I can't stream this live because I have no Wi-Fi out here other than the phone itself. And it is what it is. If I want to have the internet, like I bring my laptop out here so I can do inventory and stuff like that, I have to use my cell phone as a hotspot, and I have to have it within the first 10 feet of the door. If it goes any further back, I end up with bad reception. So as long as the phone stays up here, I'm pretty good. If it goes back that way anymore, it doesn't work. So a lot of times what happens when I'm doing that is the phone kind of just sits up here, and the laptop goes wherever I need it to go. So speaking of technology, another thing that we wanted to take care of for this year was phones and cameras, right? I think that was a big, over the last 3 years, hindrance for us producing videos and stuff like that. It was everything in this studio goes off of the phone that I'm recording on, which means that if I get a phone call or if I get a text message or if I get an internet notification, a lot of times it interrupts the camera, and also I stream my music from it. So when we're doing the time lapses or when I'm actually just building itself, I have a Bluetooth speaker, which also needs to get replaced in some point too because it is like jerry-rigged to charge. It's just it doesn't work. Anyways, so for the last 5 years we've used this Pixel 7, and this will be the last video that I shoot specifically this perspective from it because I got a new camera. So I ended up picking myself up a EOS, or a Canon EOS R50V. So this is basically like their point and click version. I mean, it's not the top of the line, but except for this is not point and click because it has to be with a viewer. So I got that for myself. It does shoot, and this is not a review, it does shoot in both the vertical aspect and the horizontal aspect. It actually has mounts for both. So that's the reason why I went with the 50V versus the 50X or whatever the one. There's basically 2 camera bodies. One has it's like a for point and shoot. It's like a generic camera. This one's specifically for video content, etc. So I don't do a lot of reviews as far as I don't read into them a lot. So I kind of just go off of and I've been a Canon. I have been having Canon cameras for years. I just don't use them. So anyways, this will be the new front perspective camera. The nice thing about it is the problem with the phone sometimes is because to get the shot I want, the phone has to be all the way against the wall, but the camera is on the other side from the screen, so I can't really see, and sure, you've seen in the past the videos kind of uncanted and stuff like that, and I can do that a little bit of editing, but now, because this camera has the pull-out screen that flips around and I can actually see, the camera can be all the way up against the wall, and I can still see what I'm looking at. Or before I start, I don't have to see myself, if that makes sense. I just kind of have to see where the camera is like focused on, you know, and that'll make it a lot easier to do. So I didn't actually get all the stuff I needed for this. The kit comes with the camera body and the lens. I do need an SD card, which I don't have. I do need to get an external microphone, which I do not have. And there's a couple other things I want to try. We do some setup. I always have a laptop in here when we're filming, so potentially I could stream from the camera straight to the laptop. I haven't looked at any of that stuff. I'm sure it's capable. Anyways, this will be our front perspective camera going forward. Also, I did pick up a new cell phone. So now I have a Google Pixel 7, which you're seeing this on, and I have a Google 10. So we'll have 3 available options for doing the shooting in the studio. So that means we can get multiple angles of the same thing going, and I think that will change up our video content a little bit. So, and then last but not least, talking about content going forward for the new year. This is not and I probably will do that New Year's thing, I suppose. I don't know. Anyways, I would like to do more content for you guys in the future. However, keeping in mind we're so busy, I will probably try and do 1 video a month across the year, which means that in the next 12 weeks I have to film 12 videos, because there is no way I can film during construction season. This doesn't happen. Anyways, so, but I don't want to just talk to you guys and show you things that I've been doing for the last month. Let's talk about Black Friday. Everybody else had Black Friday. Why can't I have a Black Friday too? So I did gather a whole bunch of stuff. I probably did go over budget if you include those items, but I didn't buy anything for none of my kids asked for Lego this year. So not a single one of them got any Lego for Christmas, which is crazy. But I guess they're all getting to that point. No more Lego. Dad's the only one in the Lego. But let's talk about what I did, what I got. So, all right. So I have a number of boxes. I don't remember how many we actually had, because I did buy presents for people, like, you know, my fiance. So I did have to go through a lot of these and find the stuff that I bought for. Also, I had bought loose pieces from Pick-a-Brick, which apparently people don't like buying from Pick-a-Brick. I don't know what the heck deal is, but I think it's great. Other than the fact that if you order like a lot of pieces, they all come in one bag, which sucks, but it is what it is. So anyways, let's go with the little ones first. All right, the first one we got is 40775, the Mini Knights Castle. That's 590 pieces. Now this, I believe, was a gift with purchase during the Black Friday release of the Starship Enterprise and a couple other things. Anyways, there was quite a few orders that I had of these, and I don't know if I got them all because they went out so fast that they end up canceling them all on my orders, which sucks, but it is what it is. At least, and this is where I don't really care, they didn't cancel the whole order because they ran out. They just canceled the one item. So, I don't know. I think if that happens in the future, they should just throw in another gift with purchase of some other type, you know, I don't know. Anyways, got that one. And then there was 40776, and this is the hot chocolate stand, 256 pieces. And this was also a gift with purchase during that same time frame. And I probably will end up building this because I did have a couple projects, and we talked about it last year for doing the Christmas Town. Now, I did order a whole bunch of pieces from Pick-a-Brick to do the Christmas Town thing, and I failed to pay attention that they weren't bestsellers. So sometime 28 days from when I ordered it, which was over a month ago now, I'll get those pieces because they come from Denmark and not Chicago. Anyways. All right, so, and then of course, if I have this, I must have the other one, but this is 40768, 261 pieces. It's the Type 15 Shuttlepod, and this was a gift with purchase when you buy the Starship Enterprise. So obviously, I must have bought the Starship Enterprise. Now, anyways, I wanted to make sure I got it because of the freaking Roll-Air minifigure only comes in this set, and I was going to buy it anyway, so I better buy it the day of. Now, a lot of times I don't buy sets the day they're released. If the gift with purchase for a particular set doesn't really interest me, I don't necessarily buy it because of the gift with purchase. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. And then like specifically right now, if you were to buy the Death Star, the gift with purchase when it was released over a month ago, it's the same gift with purchase. So you had waited. Now, Lego was smart and didn't do their 2x points across everything while they had the set and the gift with purchase, which I really was hoping for, but they didn't do that. Anyways, so let's open another one. Here's another of the Mini Knight's Castle. And this one's actually not open, so I really don't know what's in it. All right, we got the Creator 40777 Celebration Series 4 Gingerbread Train Ornament. We got that. That was a gift with purchase during Christmas, I believe. All right, I got two more. We got the 40704 Micro Ninjago Docks, 275 pieces. This was obviously a gift with purchase during a time frame. I don't have any Ninjago stuff, although I was talking to my fiance that I think the Ninjago sets are probably a something I really should have got into, because there's so many interesting pieces in those Ninjago Lego City sets. So, anyways, I got that one. So I think we're gonna end up selling a lot of our Lego sets here this year because I just have too many of them that I will never do anything with. So I'll look up and see where we're at with budgetary stuff on BrickLink and Brick Owl, etc., and just list them for sale. Probably keep them in the United States because I don't want to ship them overseas. But anyways, 40778 Winter Gazebo. This will probably be another one of the things we build because this goes really good with the Lego City. Not Lego City. Well, we do have a Lego City, but with the Christmas Town we want to build. So we'll probably end up with keeping one of these and building it, putting it out there too. Probably next to like an ice skating rink or something like that. Maybe a little band can play next to it. There's one musician too, but we can get more, right? Anyways. And those were gift with purchases, and I don't even know what the other set was in there. I did buy her a couple of different sets, and I forgot they were. So they're in here, I'm sure, because she keeps them in here. All right, we're just gonna do it this way. See, here's another one of those castle sets. Obviously, I got quite a few of them, so I'm not upset about it, but I just kind of wish they did something different. I don't have any solutions. They're not watching me on this channel, so I don't know what to tell them, but if it lets it go through and you get the order and they have to cancel it because of it, I don't know. You're not really getting cheated. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, and then, of course, there's another hot chocolate set. All right, we got 10370. This is 608 pieces, and it's the poinsettia. And obviously, I bought this for her because I don't collect the botanical series, and I didn't give it to her. Much like, I don't know, she's got a whole bunch of sets in here that I buy her that I never give it to her. But anyways, this will be for her collection, so if she's watching the video, she knows who this is for. All right, and then we got 75406, 386 pieces. This is Kylo Ren's command shuttle. Had to get it because I have all the other ones. So I did see a lot of people complaining this was like a horrible build. It's not worth the price. I mean, then don't buy it. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's really, there's not much to it, honestly. So, but anyways, got that. I wish we had room to store them and set them all up, but we just don't. So. And then, of course, we have 75376, 654 pieces in the 10 of 5. Another mini, or a micro build, or whatever they call them, MIDI scale. I don't know. I actually have the big boy to this one, so at some point I'll have to do a retro review or whatever and put that together. But that's going to be a while. Anyways, got that one. Okay, we got 75383 Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator. And then basically I got this just because I had to have it, I suppose. And then the minifigures that come with it. You know, I only have a couple Darth Mauls, so having another one's probably a good idea. Anyways, and I like this a lot better than the other one I have. And the other one I have is from like 99 or 2000. So it's like really like, the epitome of Lego Star Wars at the back. Anyways, got that. And And then we've got 75380, 718 pieces, the most ESPA pod race. This is the one of the display sets, or what do they call it? I don't know. 25th anniversary. I got it. And then the last one in here is the Lego Brickheads 40796 Revenge of the Sith, Heroes and Villains. And we got Padme, we got Anakin, General Grievous, Palpatine, and then Mace Windu. And we have a bunch of Brickheads that we haven't built. I really still want to build another shelf for Brickheads here. I just haven't got around to it. Put that on the list for 2026. All right, what else we got? Probably the last one of the open ones. All right, another chocolate stand. I don't even know what I was going to tell you about it because you've already seen like 4 of them. All right, we got 10361, 956 pieces, the Holiday Express train. Now this is nothing like the original one. The more I looked at this one, the less I liked it. But I had to have it for the collector aspect of it, although we may end up building it anyways. I don't know. Do you have this set? What'd you think? I'm not really impressed looking at the box art. I just bought it so we had the series, and I was gonna build this. It didn't really come in time. Anyways. Winter Village Collection. Alright, so this one, I think, was from the, yeah, sure was. The Insider's Day sales set. And, I feel like that's pretty good. All right, yeah. So it's the Disney Castle, and this is 43222, 4,837 pieces, and this is the sequel, I guess. I don't know. I had the first one, so this is retiring. It was on sale. So I bought it. So, I don't know if I plan on building it. I don't know. We'll see. But, we did get that. And last but not least, and I'm sure you can already figure out what this is because it didn't show up. And we already talked about it. For the USS Enterprise, and that's set number 10356, and that's 3,600 pieces. And of course that goes with the Shuttlepod. And yeah, so it's obviously, I'm a big Star Wars fan because of the collection, but I am actually a Star Trek fan as well. I'm one of those rare sci-fi guys that likes both series. You know, the one I never really got into was Babylon 5, but I did like, well, Firefly, right? Anyways, so I got that. I don't know if we'll build it. It'll probably stay in the box, so. But, it comes with all the minifigures. This isn't really a review, but I just bought it. So this was, it came out Black Friday, gift with purchase. So I got the whole thing, obviously. We talked about that. Anyways. What else? So that was everything I opened up for stuff we bought. But how about stuff we got? So, fiance got me this for Christmas. And this is set number 75430, Wicket the Ewok. And, I mean, I have R2-D2, and, I think that's the other one. Oh, I have, I didn't show you guys that. We can show you that real quick. Anyways, got the Ewok. And then, Stepson got me this one for 75398, 1,138 pieces, and that's C3PO, which obviously goes well with R2D2, which we don't have down here. And I never showed you this because we didn't make any videos, but I did end up with 75416 Chopper, and that's 1,039 pieces, and that's the best droid in the Star Wars freaking series. Chopper, come on. Anyways, I got that for Father's Day, or I don't know, Arbor Day. That's a thing. You get Lego for Arbor Day. Anyways, so I do have this one, R2D2 and C3PO. I don't have K2SO, and I did get Chewbacca, but I don't know. That's what it is. So anyways, that's really all I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you continue to see this content, hopefully we'll be on a more frequent basis. Please hit subscribe, ring that like button, and shoot us a comment down below. What did you think about anything we got? Did you get any sets? Or you have any questions about our future projects for the container? Shoot them down below. We'd love to hear from you. All right, well, happy building. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and I forgot. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and I don't know what any of the other ones are, but hopefully you had a good holiday season, and have a Happy New Year. Take care, everyone.